The biggest issue in EA FC 25 that most of you playing this game face is input delay. And I know you are wondering, how can I fix input delay? We will get to that, but before that, it is important to understand what causes input delay in the first place, because many of you are confused that we have a good internet connection, still we are getting input delay. The reason you are getting delay despite having good internet connection is not to do with your internet connection, but a few game settings and the fact that the net code of this game isn't good. In FIFA 17, EA introduced dedicated servers. Before, it used to be P2P. Now on dedicated servers there is delay, and that is because the net code of this game is broken. And the only way to fix that, which I have gotten information from the people who have knowledge about this topic, they have told me that the only way to fix it is to build this game from scratch with a new netcode. But EA will not do it because they are profitable and they make more profits every year from this game. Another thing that has been proven in FC 25 and previous iterations of this game is lag compensation. Okay, so the lag compensation allows the server to temporarily view the world from each client's perspective and decide if they were in fact in a position to take that impossible shot. Unfortunately, this means that the target may be hit even if they felt they were already safely tucked away behind a wall. I know this is an FPS example, but you know what it means. Guys, if you didn't know, FC 25 is played on dedicated servers and you can choose which server you wanna play on. But that is not possible in game. Let me introduce you to Gear Up Booster. Gear Up has a brand new anti-packet loss feature which can get your packet loss to 0, and you can also choose which server you wanna play on. Even esports team Exceed has officially launched its co-branded jersey with Gear Up Booster. So Gear Up is completely safe to use, no worries of any bans or restrictions. Now there are servers where you would get more delay compared to the server which is closest to you. So you can simply choose to play on the server that is closest to you if you're on Gear Up. You can use Gear Up Booster on PC, and if you're interested, the links will be down in the description. Thanks to Gear Up for sponsoring this video. Now that you know what is lag compensation, guys, what can you do in order to fix your game settings? Guys, there are a few things that you need to fix. First things first, you need to get a wired USB connection to your controller. I use a DualSense Edge controller, okay. Now, should you get a DualSense Edge controller and splash $200 on it? No, I don't think it makes a difference in terms of delay. I just use it because I play FPS games at times as well. Okay, so these are my settings. People ask me. I don't touch these settings. They are not important for FC 25. If someone else is telling you it's their experience, I don't mess up with these settings. I don't think they make a difference. If you are on PS5, you'll go to accessories and controller settings, communication method. It must be use USB cable. If you're on PS5, use the front Type-C port or the USB port on the back of your PlayStation. Do not use the USB-A port in front of the PS5. That is what I have been told. Another option that you have to disable is HDCP. So just go to HDMI and turn this option off. Now, many of you guys ask me which monitor do I use. This is the monitor I use, BenQ2510S. The link will be in the description for this monitor in case you want to use it. Another commonly asked question is, does having a monitor make a difference in comparison to a gaming TV or a TV in general? Yes, it does, but it will not completely eliminate the delay which is from the game. It will surely help a lot compared to playing on a TV. Another thing that you have to note is that this game, unfortunately, is better played if you are playing in non-peak hours. Now, what is an example of a non-peak hour? At the time of recording this video, it is 6 a.m. in my country, and that is an example of a non-peak hour. If I play the game right now, the gameplay will be much better compared to playing at 6 p.m., 11 p.m., 9 p.m. when most of the people are on the game. I know most of you cannot do this as you have a life, but if you don't have a life, then you can start this, okay? You can play in non-peak hours and the gameplay will definitely be better. Going back to the topic of lag compensation, why should you not play on Wi-Fi? Because I know some people play on Wi-Fi. If you remember, a few YouTubers used to play on Wi-Fi some years ago, and they said that, okay, we are having better gameplay on Wi-Fi. That is because of lag compensation, but I don't recommend it. See, I know in high ping, even if the opponent is being hit with lag compensation, high ping is worse than low ping on this game. I have played in 8ms and I have regularly played in 50 ms, I have played in 18 ms. So I can tell you for a fact, the lower the ping, it is better in most cases. Okay, the risk versus reward when it comes to playing on Wi-Fi is just not worth it. So I wouldn't recommend. Packet loss and speed up lag are your issues that you need to fix. Get a good gaming monitor and follow these settings. What about the in-game settings? There isn't any magical fix in game, okay, but there are a few settings that should be off, like reaction time calibration. It should be off. It doesn't need to be on. It only makes your gameplay worse. Does it make it better? No. But does it make it worse? Slightly, yes. If you go to your visual settings, last year Playstyles plus overhead indicators was causing a slight FPS drop. If you're experiencing that, you can turn it off. I used to play it on off, but now I keep it on. I'm just used to off having those icons. I think otherwise there is no setting that will actually help. Graphics mode, enhanced visuals, or favor resolution. Unfortunately, both modes target 60 frames per second, ensuring a responsive gameplay experience, which isn't simply true. So I just keep it on enhanced visuals. If FC25 gave 120 FPS, then I would certainly go for that, but it doesn't at this point of the game. Hopefully it will change in FC26 and we'll be able to play on 120 milliseconds. These are the only steps that you can take to improve your gameplay.